Hey guys, what is going on? Sorry for the short intro, if you want to call this intro, whatever you want to call it. But we are out here on bugs again already. Oh, I'm already wired up. Sorry, I gotta pull the wires out. But as you can see, we're out here on the boat. I have already got all the rods out, set up, ready to go. Still got to get bait on them. But we are out here. We're going to try something a little bit different today. I think we're going to pull boards for a little bit, pull planer boards. Once I get you set up on the chest mount, I'll kind of go over a little bit more of what that means if you don't already know. But yeah, already got our bait. We got some Mondo gizzard shad. I'm talking monsters. And we've got a ton of them in the cooler. And guess what? We're going to be here for not 1 day, 2 days. We're here. We're getting a little bit late start today because of catching bait. I wanted to have enough for both days, but we are going to be fishing for 2 days up here. Fishing the rest of the day, staying the night, and fishing all day tomorrow. So hopefully we can get some good fish in the boat. I'm hoping we get some absolute monsters in the boat, but we'll see. We got good weather again. It's supposed to be 64 today with no wind. Supposed to be 68 tomorrow with no wind, so you really can't ask for much better than that. But yeah, I'm gonna get all this bait put on these rods and get you guys set up in the chest mount, and I'll be right back with you here shortly to talk about pulling boards, what we're gonna be doing with those. All right guys, we are back here with the chest mount. So just really quick, I want to get these rods in the water, but kind of give you an explanation of what I say when I'm talking about pulling boards. So basically pulling boards is it's just another way of trolling, really. Let me step down here and you can see it. Sorry, I don't have my other camera angle set up, but as you can see, we got the trolling motor down up there, and we are moving at about 0.5 miles an hour. That's the speed I like to run. In the winter, when it's real cold, I'll slow down a little bit more. And if you can see back here, there is a drift bag out, or a drift sock, or a drift anchor, whatever you want to call it. It's all the same thing. But that is keeping the back end of the boat from moving around too much. That's just normal things with trolling anyway. But when I say pulling boards, we are going to be using what's called a planer board. So this is a planer board. This is actually an alpha board. Really cool planer board. I like them because they fold down and you can store them a lot easier. They're actually, you can use them for either side if you take that clip off and move it. I don't do that. I just use it for storage. But these are a really neat board. So if you want to try pulling boards, I'll go ahead and pick you up some of these. Or I also use the XX tackle, I believe, clear boards. Those work really well also. I've been using those from the get-go. But yeah, so we're going to be putting our line on those. And basically what a planer board does, I'm going to be running 4 today, is it pulls your line out away from the boat, because it kind of goes out at an angle. So that would be straight. It kind of planes out like that at an angle. And the more line you let out, the further away this goes from the boat. So it allows you to cover a lot more water instead of just dragging line straight behind the boat. I am going to drag line straight behind the boat. I always do. Normally I'd be fishing with 10 rods doing this, but I'm just not really set up to do that. So we're going to be running 8. Some things that will help you out while you're doing this is to have a good dragging weight. This is the actually the brand new takedown dragging weights, 3 ounce weight. And what's cool about these is that all the weight is down here in the bottom. All the weight's down here in the bottom, and this whole upper part right here is all flotation. So what ends up happening is this is dragging the bottom. This floats your line up even further, so it keeps your line and your hook a lot further up off the bottom, gives you less chance of getting hung. And if you can kind of see my rig that I'm running, of course this is a Battle Cats rig. Actually, I believe I caught a fish on this in the last video for you guys. But the whole point, this is kind of like a Santee style rig. The whole point of running a rig like this is it floats your hook and your bait. Kind of get you guys a full picture right here, sorry. It floats your hook and your bait up above your sinker, so it gives you a lot less chance of getting your hook hung in a log or just on the bottom in some rocks or something like that. And there's all different kinds of rigs. I mean, they're all just kind of a model of a Santee rig. I mean, it's just you can have, you know, you can go with a bigger rattle like that, or there's another over here is just another version of it. This is also a Battle Cats rig. This is the Rattle Rocket rig. So it's basically a Santee rig just with a really cool rattle on there that spins as you go through the water. And it is super loud. I don't know if it picks it up on the mic, but it is very loud. Not going to tell you that rattles catch more fish. I have a few rigs without rattles that I tie. But I like using them. I figure any advantage that you can give yourself to get more fish in the boat, why not do it? So that's the way I think about it. But we're going to try this for a little bit and see what happens. I've got to get my second camera angle set up. I'm just going to try and get the rods in the water really quick. And then we'll talk about it some more. Probably going to get hung up a lot up here just because there's so much structure on this end of the lake. I'm going to be dragging in about 8 foot of water right now, and probably working our way deeper throughout the day. That's kind of what I'm thinking, depending on where the fish are at. But I do want to try some spots up here because I did mark a few fish. And if we can't get any fish doing this, I definitely don't mind anchoring. So I think that's going to be our plan for today. And for what little bit of time we have, it's going on 12 o'clock right now. So I don't want to stay out too late. I got to go back and get the camper set up. So I don't think I mentioned that, but yeah, I got the camper with me on the bed of the truck. So we are going to be camping this evening, and I might give you guys just a little walkthrough of the inside of it. It's nothing special. I bought the thing for $500, and I did put a lot of work into it. And I'm pretty happy with the inside. The outside needs to be painted, but it's we're getting toward the end of winter, early spring. I just want to let it warm up a little bit before I invest that much money in paint and it end up not sticking or something. So, all right, guys, I'm going to straighten this trolling motor up really quick and get these rods out and get the second camera set up, and then I will probably be right back with you. And this is what it looks like when you get immediately hung. Oh, there it comes. So a lot of times that'll happen. Your hook will end up getting caught in something, or the weight will snag or something like that. This is actually the old style takedown dragon weight. They work really good also. It's just a little bit different. This one doesn't have any of the flotation in the top. It's just lead all the way through, or not lead, but just weight. So, but when you're up here dragging in this heavy structure, that's just something you deal with. So, I'm sure, as you guys have noticed, there's new line on the reels, and to be honest with you, it's kind of got a love-hate relationship with it. Didn't really want the orange. I'd rather have the green, but I did need to put new line on them. That old line was getting, it was probably getting close to a year old. So, and I like to change them about every 6 months. But the thing that sucks about new line is if you don't get it on the spool tight enough, it'll dig into itself for the first few times you use it. So really, what I should have done is put a weight on all these and castled them out and wound them back in. That helps a little bit to get it tightly wound up on the spool. But I checked all the drags on all of them, and none of the line is dug in anywhere. Big fish. Big fish. Where I don't know, it took off like it was a big fish. Of course, we're in a ton of current, so even little fish feel big. It's not a big fish. Well, maybe it is. Fighting a little bit now. Alrighty, he wants to go this way. Not a big fish. He was just in current. Well, he's not a bad fish though. He's hooked good. I'm not even gonna bother netting him. Hopefully this leader doesn't snap. Shouldn't. There we go. Whew. Caught me over here sleeping. Oh man. He's a little bit bigger than I thought it was. I tell you what, he hit like he was a 40-pounder though. That thing was peeling drag out of the rod holder. Did have my drag loose though. Look at him, covered in mud. Look at that hook right there. He wasn't getting away from that. He wasn't getting away from that at all the way around his lower jaw. Let's see, I might have to get pliers to get that one out. If he doesn't bite me. There we go. Don't hate on me for using dragging weights, because I'm actually anchored right now. We got one bite pulling boards, and while I was up here, I figured I'd come up here, hit some shallow water, and paid out. We got fish in a boat. Not a big fish. Oh my gosh, look, that guy's missing an eye. Crazy. But yeah, he was hungry for sure. I mean, he smacked that rod. I mean, like I said, I'm telling you, I thought this fish was 40 pounds by the way he hit. But obviously not. Either way, every one of them's fun to catch, so we're gonna let this guy go, let him grow, and maybe we'll snag another one here. Probably gonna sit here for another 30 minutes or so, and after that, probably gonna go down the lake, pull some boards again, because that's really what I'm set up to do. Look at him, he's gone. All right, that was fun. Woke me up a little bit. This right here is the get this piece of bait off of here. I'll put a new one on there. This right here is the Hooker's Terminal Tackle Reaper, 10-aught Reaper hook. And I'll tell you what, I've caught a few fish on them so far, and I'm liking them. A lot of circle hooks will have that straight 90-degree bend on the tip of the hook. And I kind of like these because it gives you a little bit more room. It's not as sharp as a bend. And I just caught that fish, and that hook is still really sharp. I was having an issue with the other brand of hooks I was using. You catch 2 or 3 fish on them, and the tip of the hook would just bend over. And I mean, it's like you got to change a hook every 2 or 3 fish, and that's not good at all. So that gets expensive after a little bit. But yeah, we're going to we'll get another piece of bait cut and toss this rod back out in the water. And hopefully we'll snag another one. I don't know what it is. I think it's a striper. Yeah.
Probably exercise. Bring him home, give him to dad.
No, it's another little catfish. A little bit bigger than the other one. Barely hooked. Oh. A little bit bigger than the other one. This one doesn't have any mud on them though. Alright guys, sorry about that. I was on the phone with my dad when that one hit. That one hit like a freight train too. I don't know if you guys can see, but this current is moving up here. But yeah, it's a little bit better fish. Doesn't have any mud on it at all, so maybe that's a good sign. Maybe they're gonna start biting up here. But I mean, this is literally probably 10 minutes after that other one hit on the right side of the boat. This one came off the shallow side over here on the left. But I tell you what, I thought he wasn't hooked good, but look at that. I tell you what, he wasn't going nowhere. I can get him pulled up here without hooking myself. Look at that, right in the corner of the mouth. That hook wasn't coming out at all. Oh man, I might mess up this hook trying to get it out. Come on now, you're almost out. There we go. Look at that, no damage to the hook. Oh yeah, super sharp still. Big old piece of shad on that. And this is actually the Rattle Rocket rig from Battle Cats. So, hooked them with no problems. Oh yeah, that's a little bit better fish right there. A lot better fish. I'd say this fish is probably, he might be 12 pounds, something like that. See if I can get him in the frame for you. But we're gonna let him go. Get this nice release on him right here. Look at that, gone. It's on the Rattle Rocket rig. This is the one I was showing you guys earlier that spins and rattles at the same time. So you see these fins, they're kind of angled as the current catches it, or if you're pulling boards, it spins it and makes it rattle. And Jared puts these beads on here, and he's got this nice knot where it won't slide up and down. He does a really good job tying these rigs. And for an 8/0 hook, I tell you what, these things, they hold up. They are super tough, and this thing is still super sharp. Or if you want to pick up any of the Battle Cat rigs, it's I believe the website is just battlecats.com, and you can go on there and you can check out all these rigs that I'm using here. And so there's also a lot more options that I don't have tied on right now. I do have them in the tackle box. I'll show you really quick. Today, it is ridiculous. There's little flies everywhere. I guess that means I need to wash my boat. Here you go. This is my Battle Cat box. Look at all these. That's one of my rigs. Don't worry about that. But look at these packaging, guys. Or look at this packaging. Isn't that cool? It's all sealed, so you can seal everything back up. Don't have to worry about water getting in there to it. But yeah, they've got all kinds of rigs. This is actually a double hook rig. I haven't tied one of those on yet, but I'm anxious to use it. And that's that Rattle Rocket rig that I was talking about. That I just caught that fish on. And here is their big rattle rig. And it is super, super loud. I love that. I need to order some more. I'm starting to run out, to be honest. But if you guys would happen to be interested in that, like I said, battlecats.com. All right, guys, we got bait cut. Got a, we'll say a medium piece of shad on there. And we're gonna toss it back out over here on the shallow side. Not as far out as I would have wanted it, but like I said, with this new line, these things are hard to cast until that line gets tightened up, pulled tighter on the spool. But the orange doesn't look too bad, I gotta say. I'm not a huge fan of it, but it looks pretty good on there. We'll see how it does at night, though. That's kind of what I'm concerned about. I know the green does really well at night. So I'm hoping we're kind of done with the really cold weather. But we shall see. Alright, guys. I am officially pulling anchors for the last time today. I think we're just going to pull boards the rest of the day. It's really what I'm set up to do. And I do enjoy doing it. So we're going to go probably try some deeper water. And see what happens. I would love to get on a decent fish today, at least something over 20 pounds. And it looks like the majority of the fish up here are just dinks. Looks like they're feeding, but nothing really big. So I'm going to put these anchors up and we will. That thing right there was in the mud. I tell you what, it is the hardest part to try and get mud off these anchors. But anyway, sorry. Definitely gonna go check out some deeper water, see what we can make happen there. If anything, if we can just stay on the same size fish, I'm fine with that too. Probably next time you see me, I'll have go ahead and have all the rods out. I might go ahead and film putting one planer board out. That way you guys can just kind of see the process in that if you've never seen it done. But yeah, we'll just plan on that, and I will see you guys here in a little bit. Feels like maybe a half decent fish. We'll see. Unfortunately, there we go, got the planer board to trip. Now I might be able to move it. I gotta get the net. That is one thing about fishing by yourself. Netting fish is a pain. I think it's probably a little bit better fish than all the others, but I don't think it's a massive one. Look at him back there. Oh yeah. Come on. Come on. There we go. Keep coming this way. Little guy. Stay out of that line. Stay out of that line. There we go. Might be a little bit better fish than that other one. I don't know. We'll see. Leave him there in the rod holder. And extend the net on out. Should be able to snatch him up. Oh yeah. There we go. Definitely a nicer fish. Whew. That's a lot of work right there, guys. Oh man. Look at that. That's that Reaper hook again. That Hooker's terminal tackle. Reaper hook right in the corner of the mouth, exactly like it's supposed to do. That fish wasn't coming off. Still sharp. Don't have to worry about that one. All right. Let's get this girl dumped out on the floor here. Get this net put up and we'll get some pictures. Oh yeah. Lay this thing up on the back deck for you guys. It's a good fish. It's not a monster. I'd say this fish might, it's a teener for sure, as Dieter Melhorn likes to say. It's a teener. But it's definitely the, oh, easy now, buddy. It's biggest one of the day. Look at him sliming up my back deck. Hey, but it was fun to catch. I appreciate that, bud. We'll get him back in the water, and maybe we'll catch him when he's a little bit bigger. There he goes. I tell you what, those fish right there, they're not the biggest fish, but those teens, the 20s, they are so fun to catch. Especially if you're in current or you're pulling boards or something like that. I mean, they just fight. All right, guys, so this is gonna be maybe a little tip for the new planer board users or something, or people just getting into pulling planer boards, or I mean, heck, even people that's been doing it for a while. They might not know it, they probably do, but I've seen a lot of people when they first start doing this, for some reason, when they need to reset their boards, they'll want to toss their furthest one back out. And I don't know, I don't really see the point in doing that. Literally, only thing I do, which I mean, it's I just want to say it's more common sense than anything. If I have 2 boards out, or 3, I just walk them back. So like, I normally have all my boards over here on this side of the boat. So like, let's say, dang, I just missed a fish on that other side. Didn't set the planer board though, so maybe it was just getting hung. Anyway, so I normally run 3 planer boards, especially if I'm fishing a tournament. But as you get fish hitting them, you know, you can just move them back. So like, this board was my front board. I'm gonna push it to the back and I'm gonna let some line out. And I'll just keep swapping them back and forth. Look at that board running back. I think it's just hung. Yeah. Well, look at that. We don't have to swap them because now I gotta wind this one out. Man, there's my tip. Just get them both hung and then you don't have to swap them. You just throw them back out. Nah, I'm just messing with you. But yeah, that's just a little tip. It's what I do. I'm sure probably a lot of you guys that's been doing this for a while already know it, but maybe some of the newer folks don't. So just figure I'd throw it out there. All right, guys. So rigging up a planer board, it's very, very simple. So you got your Santee rig with your takedown dragging weight right there. 3 ounce. I don't know if I said that earlier, but I like a 3 ounce. So I'm gonna go ahead and just give this little toss out here. You don't have to yeet it out there, you know what I'm saying? Just give it a good toss and I let it sink to the bottom. Pull out a little slack. You come down and grab your line, and then I'll either sit the rod in the rod holder or lean it up somewhere. I'm just gonna lean it up for now. But you see these planer boards, there's 2 clips, right? You've got your rear clip and your front clip. Your rear clip is the one that goes on the line, clips down and stays on it. And then your front clip will be the one closest to the rod. Right here. If you can see that. Rear clip, front clip. All right, so now that we have those on, take it and do whatever you want to do. I like to kind of give it a little flip out there, and your planer board's rigged. You just let out line to where you want it to be, and then it'll start pulling out away from the boat. Pretty simple. One thing I do recommend on these alpha boards, the only thing that I don't like about them is the clips that they come with. They're not strong enough. I like a clip that pulls loose. A lot of people use a clip that's got like a little nub in it that doesn't pull loose, and you physically have to, when you have a fish on, you physically have to unclip it once you get it to the boat. They both have their pros and cons. I like the kind that unclips. That way when you have a fish on, you can just jerk it, the planer board will set, and it makes it a lot easier to get your fish in. However, the bad thing about that is if you get hung up, a lot of times, or pretty much every time, that clip will set or come unclipped from the line, and if you break your hook and everything off the end, your planer board just slides off your line. And then you gotta reel up everything and then go back and get it. So it can be a pain doing it that way, but that's just, I don't get hung that often. It's just when you do it. Pull up my screen. My green board is out right over in that area. I would say that's probably about 30 yards out from the back of the boat, maybe. Yeah, somewhere in there. That's where I like my furthest board to be, and I normally stagger them on both sides of the boat going out. So you can run as many boards as you want or as little. So when you buy them, they come in pairs. So you get 2. One for the left side of the boat, one for the right. Unless you buy the alpha boards, they're ambidextrous, I guess. That will be a good word for it, right? But no, you can use them on either side of the boat. Just depends on which way you flip that arm. So that is pretty neat. But I will say, these double X tackle clear boards, I can't knock them. I mean, for the money, you really can't beat them. They're great boards. Every one that I've bought, I've had to re-epoxy the insert for the screw on the stem in. Literally every set that I've bought, I've had to do that. However, after that, I mean, they've been great. I can't hate on them at all. So I think last time I bought a set of the clear boards, they were like $80 a set. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe the alpha boards are $90 or $100 a set. But they are made a little bit better. You know, they're metal where these are plastic. So they'll probably last in the long run a lot longer. But yeah, there's I guess a little tip for the planer boards and my take on them. So I'm gonna get all these back in the water, give them that little flip out there, and hopefully we will have another fish in the boat here soon. Not a good fish. Probably about the size of that other one, guys. Better. A little bit of line there. All right, see if I can get him in the net. Oh, great. I'm probably gonna lose this one, guys. Sorry. Oh, no, I'm not. No, I'm not. Ah, there we go. I got hectic there for a second. The hook or something got caught in the net. Wouldn't let me get underneath him. Woo! I think this is number 4 or 5 in the boat. I don't know. I think this is 4. 4 or 5. Definitely, I think this is going to be for sure the biggest up until this point. I don't want to say biggest of the day. I'm going to jinx myself. So, fingers crossed. I'm telling you, 70% of the fish probably come off the planer boards. I don't know why. I'm sure there's some explanation behind it, but sorry guys, the screen keeps timing out. I don't know where this camera's pointing at. Oh my gosh. Hey, this guy right here was hungry. Look at that. Oh my gosh. He was hooked deep. That's probably, maybe not. This one might need some pliers, guys. Oh, yeah, I might tear this hook up getting it out of him. He's hooked so good. Trying to keep things out of the way. There we go. This is that Reaper hook again. Still in good shape. Yeah, that point isn't bent over at all. I think this might be my new go-to hook, guys. All right. There he is. I don't think I'm gonna put a scale on them. If you guys want me to start weighing some of these fish, just let me know in the comments. But I'm not gonna, unless we get something really big, I'm not gonna weigh it. This guy, he's probably Realistically, I'd say he is a low 20. Definitely bigger than that last one. Here, let's see if I can. Oh, here there, buddy. See if I can get him out of the sun for you guys so you can see him a little bit better. But I'd say he's a low 20, maybe a high teen. Definitely bigger than that last one though. Look, he's flinging slime all over me. All right, let's get the release on this guy. Get him back in the water. Look at the belly on this guy. Big old belly on him. What a pretty fish. Get the release. And there he goes. To live another day. And to get bigger, so maybe I can come back and catch him when he's a world record. Sorry guys, I was adjusting the trolling motor and I just had this one just absolutely smack this thing and start peeling out drag. I don't know what it is, but it's gotta be a decent fish. I literally was turned around to the front of the boat. And I heard the rod get smacked. And I turned around and all I heard was ding, 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 with the line coming out. Whew. That'll get you excited right there. That's what I'm talking about. Come on. I got another rod planer board going out on the other side. Woo, getting hectic up here. Oh yeah, that's a good fish. Got him. Got him. Woo! I tell you what, that'll get you excited right there. Another good fish in the boat. Definitely not a monster, but I tell you what, man, I don't know what is with these fish today, but he just absolutely hammered that thing. Believe this is on a Battle Cat rig. Battle Cat's rig. It is. Oh yeah. It's on the Rattle Rocket rig. That's that 8/0 hook. I believe it's a Boss Cat hook. Boss Cat hook is what Jared uses tying these things right in the corner of the mouth. He can't ask for anything better than that, guys. That's exactly where you want to get on with these circle hooks. That's what these things are designed to do. Whew. This guy right here, he was hooked. I don't want your whisker, buddy. All right, I'm gonna pause you guys and get this hook out real quick. All right, I'm back. That's too much like work right there. My goodness. Now you guys saw how much I was prying on this hook, and it might have scratched up the paint on there, but this thing is good to go catch another fish. Still sharp as ever. Oh my gosh, about to stab myself right there. Sharp as ever. Good to go. Leader line. A good habit after you catch every fish is kind of check your leader line, see where it's at. Make sure it doesn't have any big gouges or anything in it. But we are good to go. And that's another fish on a planer board, guys. I told you, I don't know what it is, but the when you're out here trolling, it's just, they just love the planer boards. So I don't know if it's just because it's out away from everything else. I kind of want to hit the outside baits, but yeah, guys, there it is. Beautiful fish again. This is probably about the same size as that. I don't know, it might be a little bit bigger. It's definitely in that low 20 area. So I would say this is for sure a low 20 fish. I wouldn't put it in the high teens. But beautiful fish nonetheless. It's been eaten, got a belly full. So we'll get him back in the water. There he goes. And he's gone. I tell you what, guys, it's turning out to be a great day. Putting some fish in the boat. Hadn't caught a ton of fish, but just enough to keep the day interesting, you know? It's not getting boring. So, and we're out here catching them pulling board, so that's even better. But it looks like a lot of these clouds, I mean, it's just bluebird skies out here right now. Sun shining. I'm hoping it will be the same thing for tomorrow. But we'll see what happens when tomorrow gets here. And we'll just plan from there. But honestly, guys, I'm thinking I might just fish the same spot. This little stretch up here, I know it produces good fish all the time. I've marked a lot of good fish. I mean, I've marked some monsters in here. So it's, I definitely think it's worth a shot. Maybe not first thing in the morning, but you never know, that morning bite. I don't plan on getting up real early anyway, so probably my plan is to get out here maybe sometime around between 7 and 8. That's my plan. So I don't have to get bait, so we can start fishing immediately. So, all right. I figured I'd give you guys a little bit more of an outro, just because you hadn't seen my face much today. And I know you guys love my beautiful face. Nah, I'm just messing with you. Man, I tell you what, guys, my hands are tore up from these fish. That's signs of a good day. I don't know. I can get that on camera. Probably not, but they are tore up. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and call it. I do really need to get this boat on the trailer, go get gas, get the camper set up before it gets dark. And I might even do a cooking video for you guys if you want that. I mean, it's not what this channel is about, but we're out here camping, fishing, having a good time. Might as well. I'm really not gonna have anything better to do. So I did actually download on my iPad, which my wife gave to me. Thank you, wife. I did download the new Top Gear on there. I don't know how many of you guys are a fan of Top Gear, but I absolutely, oh my gosh, I'm calling it Top Gear. It's the Grand Tour, the old Top Gear, but it's the Grand Tour now on Amazon. But I love it. It's like probably one of my favorite shows to watch. So the new one just came out a few weeks ago, and I haven't had a chance to watch it. So I downloaded it because I don't have very good service up here. At least I don't at the campground. So my plan is to watch that entire thing tonight. I think it's 2 hours. So that'll be something good to watch while I'm making dinner or laying down to go to bed. So anyway, guys, this is going on too long as it is. I'm gonna jump off here, get these rods put up, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'll give you one last look at these beautiful Drift King Fusion rods, this setup right here. But I tell you what, guys, I'm not going to sit here and try and plug these things in every video, but if you guys really want a good rod setup and even a good reel setup, we've even got the Drift King tackle reels right there. They will do everything you need them to do as far as catfishing goes. I mean, we've caught, Dad caught a 64, 63 pounder on one of them. I believe it was, no, sorry, it was a 53. It's a 53 on one of them the other weekend up at the James River. So they'll handle anything you want to throw at them as far as catfishing. And I know I've seen some guys catch some sharks on them, so that would be kind of cool to get on video maybe one day doing some surf fishing. But I'll run the medium heavy action rods, and I think it's the perfect action for these lakes and rivers. I didn't have any problems fishing the James River in heavy current. Don't have any problems fishing the river here in heavy current. I mean, we're throwing sometimes 14, 16 ounces of lead with these things, and they can handle it no problem at all. But if you are looking for a rod, I definitely recommend you guys check them out. Brett is an awesome guy. He's owns Drift King Tackle. Awesome guy, and he's not in it to try and cheat anyone or anything like that. So if you want to go check them out, that's on you guys. I believe it's driftkingtackle.com. We got more than rods, you know. There's reels, rods, tackle, hooks, all kinds of stuff. It's definitely worth checking out if you want to. So I'm gonna jump off here, get these rods put up, and I'll see you guys in the next one.